April 10, 1908. The Bakersfield Californian, Bakersfield, California. Tries to operate on himself. Pittsburgh, April 10. J. A. Frericks died in a local hospital as a result of attempting to operate on himself for appendicitis. After studying medical books and anatomical charts carefully, he decided to be his own surgeon. Frericks prepared himself with a suitable knife and had a set of ligatures at hand with which to tie up the wound after he had removed the appendix. He stretched himself out on his bed and cut open the spot where he thought the appendix was located. He got no further, however, but fainted, and was found unconscious by his son a few minutes later. The surgeons could not save him. June 17, 1908, The Evening News, San Jose, California. Football mania due to cyst on brain. Philadelphia, June 17. A woman's mania for football cured by a surgical operation was the remarkable case described to the American Neurological Association at its annual meeting here by Dr. Charles K. Mills and Dr. Charles Fraser of the University of Pennsylvania. According to the story told, the woman's enthusiasm for the game became a mania. She went to games in Philadelphia and New York and could not see enough of them. Finally, an examination was made, followed by an operation. A cyst 3 inches in diameter was found in her brain. After the operation, she lost her fondness for the sport. July 2, 1905, The Philadelphia Record, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hatpin headaches, caused by pulling at roots of hair when wind is high. Several peculiar cases of headaches among women patients of a young West Philadelphia doctor have been discovered by him to be due to hatpins. I was baffled for a long time, he says, by a patient who was an inveterate trolley rider, and I attributed the malady to the strong wind to which she subjected herself during such rides. She persisted in the riding, however, so I set my wits to work, and when she told me that once when her hat had blown off and she had to tie it on, she had stopped the headache, I suggested that the next time she should take her hat off and hold it in her lap. This she did and missed the headache again. I tried the same remedy on other patients with the same result. It's clear that the pins which hold on a large hat in a high wind tug at the roots of the hair until a headache is finally started. I find, too, upon comparing notes, that I am not the original discoverer of this type of headache. April 25, 1896, The Nevada Daily Mail, Nevada, Missouri. A young cigarette fiend. Crazed by the smoking habit, he develops strange psychic power in delirium. Homer Strickland, 16-year-old son of Mrs. M.C. Strickland of Kansas City, became insane on the 19th from cigarette smoking. He had been smoking cigarettes for a year, and for 6 months he was regarded as a confirmed cigarette fiend. After he lost his mental balance, it required 2 men to hold him. He remains strapped to his bed. In his crazed condition, young Strickland appears to be possessed of a strange occult power. Friday morning, while his sister Myrtle was out on her bicycle, Homer said in one of his ravings, "Myrtle has gotten off her wheel. She has caught her skirt and is fixing it." When the girl returned, her mother asked her if she had gotten off her wheel. She said she had. "Why did you do it?" "Because my skirt was caught." Mrs. Strickland says that her son has given other evidence of strange psychic power since his insanity began. January 16, 1907, The Evening News, San Jose, California. Says cancer was cured by spirits. New York, January 15. Mary Scott Rowland of number 571 Fifth Avenue, the savior of Mademoiselle Patty's complexion and the former wife of Bob Scott, the bank robber, says she was cured of a cancer by a practicing physician of the spirit world after the eminent specialist, the late Dr. William Todd Helmuth, had told her that her life could be saved only by an operation. According to Professor James H. Hislop, Vice President of the American Society of Psychical Research, it is one of the most amazing tales of spiritualistic treatment in the annals of the organization. Its authenticity is vouched for by Mrs. Rowland, whose present good health is maintained, she says, by 3 other spirit doctors, one of whom passed over 2,500 years ago. It was 5 years ago, she said, that the cancer appeared. It was on my left breast and came as a result of an injury received by a fall from a bicycle. A large lump appeared which caused me much pain. I consulted Dr. Helmuth, who made an examination and said an operation was necessary. He tried to make a second examination, but one of my spirit guides standing behind me interfered, and the doctor could not move. Dr. Helmuth said that he was going to Paris for a month, and that when he returned he would perform the operation. He gave me some pills and a plaster. I have the pills now, and I never applied the plaster. Dr. Helmuth paid me another visit before going to Europe to advise me to be sure and carry out his instructions, Mrs. Rowland continued. Then I consulted the Reverend Ira Moore Curtis of the Aurora Grotta Cathedral, Madison Street, and Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn. While in a trance, he communicated with Dr. Sherdley, one of the spirit physicians in his control. The doctor diagnosed my case and told me what to do. Do as I direct and you will be cured, he said. Take electric treatment through the hands for 3 months. I will visit you once a month and direct you further. I went to Dr. R.E. Townsend of the Ansonia and took the electric treatment. At the end of the 3 months, Dr. Shirley communicated with me again and told me to extend the treatment 10 days more. In that time, the swelling entirely disappeared and I was cured. Later, when I saw Dr. Helmuth, I told him no operation had been performed, that I had taken no medicine. He made an examination and was dumbfounded. He paced up and down his office saying, "I cannot understand it." The reason I was cured so readily is because I have faith in the spirits and have strong mediumistic powers myself, said Mrs. Rowland. There are 3 spirit doctors who attend me constantly. One is a chemist, one is a Frenchman, and the other is a Scotchman. The latter passed over 2,500 years ago. Please don't use his name because he might not like it. If I feel ill, the spirits tell me just what to do to cure myself. Sometimes my husband has night attacks of indigestion, and the spirits whisper to me what to give him. Oftentimes, when I am at home alone, I talk with my doctors, and they talk to me by rappings on a table. April 21, 1921. Aurora Daily Star, Aurora, Illinois. Find new local anesthetic. Substitute for cocaine eliminates necessity for using a habit-forming drug. Urbana, Illinois. The University of Illinois announced that it has developed a new local anesthetic, useful as a substitute for cocaine, and in many ways superior to cocaine, which will eliminate the necessity of using a habit-forming drug which causes so much trouble to physicians and to the government. The work was accomplished in chemical laboratories by Professor Roger Adams and Dr. Oliver Cam. This new product has, by practical tests by Drs. Zucker and Gradle, eye specialists in Chicago, and in several hospitals and clinics in the country, proved useful as a substitute for cocaine in local anesthesia of a mucous membrane. A list of the valuable properties of this new substance as compared to cocaine announced by the university are these. This product may be sterilized by heating its solution to boiling point with no danger of decomposition, whereas cocaine cannot be sterilized by boiling the aqueous solution. A 2% aqueous solution may be instilled into the eye, and anesthesia is produced so rapidly that the operation can be performed at once. From 4 to 5 minutes are required where cocaine is used. The new substance produces less irritation than cocaine. It produces no dilation of the pupil, and it does not dry up the secretions of the eye. It has antiseptic as well as anesthetic properties. Procaine, formerly known as Novocaine, has, up to this time, been used extensively in place of cocaine, where the aqueous solution is injected. Where the anesthesia must be caused by surface action on the mucous membrane, in eye, nose, and throat operations, however, Novocaine is ineffective, and cocaine is generally used. It seems now that this new product of the University of Illinois will supplant all such uses of cocaine.